untoward, just wanted to tell me that I was going to get through this. And we hadn't seen each other since then, but she followed me on Facebook and this and that, and sharing my story, she realized, oh, she got a job as a peer recovery specialist. Oh, she moved in or whatever. So, I was like, man, that's Ashley Stewart, now I got to go see her. And so here I am, 2 years after being homeless, with just this woman who wanted to make me feel good through clothes. I said, man, I really want to do the story here on the peninsula. You come do it in my store. And it's because I shared my story with her, because we had that intimacy and because she's a beautiful soul, that we're all here tonight.
That moment I said to myself, the only person that can save myself is me. They've given me the capabilities, to, if I need an outlet or where I need to go. So when you feel like that, please go to the hospital, because it may be something eye-opening like it was for me to make me realize that I could save myself and I didn't need anything else to save me. And as I was going through that, I still was begging for my purpose. And I actually started what I call a faux purpose, which carried me into my next phase.
And I realized that me and God, I had this foundation, this spiritual foundation, but I had to realize that me and God were not on the same wavelength. I had put somebody in front of him. I had put my job in front of him. I had put my ambitions in front of him. And Amanda was bad, and Amanda was doing her own thing. And Amanda wasn't giving God the glory. And so we did not have a connection at that moment when I was in the hospital. But I'll never forget, I sat there and I said, God, when am I going to walk again? And he said, when you learn, when you make a decision to walk again.
When we suffer, what's the first thing we want to do? We want out. We want to numb, and numbing looks different for everyone. It's alcohol, it's eating, it's shopping, it's gambling. We've all got the ways that we numb ourselves. The one thing that I learned from my mental illness was that I wanted to push through and I wanted to push past the pain. But something I've come to realize is that I can't push past the pain. I need to sit in the pain and ask what I'm supposed to be learning. And one of the things I learned was from Eckhart Tolle. He says, life is always now. Whatever happens, whatever you experience, feel, think, and do, it's always now. It's all there is. And if you continuously miss the now, if you resist it, dislike it, and try to get away from it, and reduce it to a means to an end, then you miss the essence of your life.
I said, what do you mean? She said, you're using your coping skills. She said, you're going through it. I get that you're going through it, but you're using your coping skills. And it was in that moment, she had given me the best gift anybody could have given me, because she let me know that it's okay to not be okay, as long as you know how to get yourself okay again.
You may not have what you need in your current circle, but when you step out, you'll find those people that you need. And Isabel was definitely one of those people that I needed in that moment. So while we were waiting there, we went through all of our resources. Back then, there were no smartphones. So we couldn't pull out a phone and Google something or use Google Translate. Google Translate was not going to come through in that moment. We didn't have telephone numbers for anybody that was on the bus. But one thing that we did have was faith and optimism. So there are times on the journey of faith when unexpected things happen. You may step out, like Danita, you were talking about that journey with the relationship, and things unexpectedly happen. Sometimes those things happen, but do not let go of your optimism.
Say this morning, it touched my heart, and I literally was sitting there in tears because she's made a decision to go to therapy. And when I was hearing her say, oh, don't worry about it, I'm over that stuff, I want to deal with it today, I literally was like, that was me 5 years ago when I was sitting in those therapists' office saying, I don't want to talk about the past, I want to talk about what's going on in my life right now. And it's so important that you address your past so that you can live better today. All of the decisions that we make today, it is a reflection of the experiences that we've had.